Welcome back. This is Donna Shira part. I don't know what those are machines back there. This is part four, and we're dealing with young Tila. Now, this is young Tila and Man at Arms. We had seen very little. We saw a flashback where Tila was saw her father in danger, and she that's when Man at Arms went to a parallel universe, and Skeletor was trying to get into Castle Grayskull for the first time, and he actually succeeded. Uh, so like her father's always busy and she wants to be a warrior too. I mean, it's just that's important. So, she's got dad was always caught up in some other palace intrigue, so I had a lot of time to myself. Now, this is what's important because she goes to this garden, and in this garden, there's this imaginary friend, except that she's not imaginary, but only that Tila can see her. Um, so it's very strange. Like, who is this person? And Tila wants to know more. And you are not going to see this in the cartoons. I don't care what you support or not. This you're not going to see that. And though so these two have had they're the best of friends. We move on, and so she would disappear and come back. They made drawings together, a lot of things like this. And this is kind of similar to when King Randor shows He-Man the art. So it's like showing people maps and things. Like it's like a little bit of the same directions of pointing out things. Um, yeah, so let's see. This king was dead. We were each other's little secrets. This was her idea. Uh, so there's a little bit here going on. That's what she told me her name was. She wasn't allowed to leave the garden. Hordak. I never found out something about her not supposed to be this far from home and not being able to find her way home if she strayed too far. So, like, you see the gardener there, and there's nothing like anybody could have done at the time. Now, this is a nice shot of, I guess this is Grayskull. You see He-Man and Tila. Uh, then the day she just stopped coming up with the passing of years, it wasn't a far jump to imaginary friend. You don't miss her. I didn't say that. I just said I grew up, and now she's back. Yeah, she's back. So it was a nice detail that Keith Giffen put in there that Tila and Adora do know each other. But I mean, she should know that Prince Adam is her brother and that Prince Adam is there to look out for her. So this is a very hard. The one who's going to learn the most is going to be Adora. There's finally Mechanic, not as useless as he would seem. And we also have Roboto in a new armor. A great shot of Tila here. Man at Arms and the King. What's happening here is that they're trying to mount a defense because they know that's the last line of defense. Um, it's usually they had to run from Skeletor, and this time it's somebody who is a friend, but she doesn't know it yet. Just like in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, they planned their attack on Naboo or the fence or whatever. They got this little like kind of a meeting strategy place, and then boom, here we go, something's happening, and then everybody's coming this way, and you could see just beyond. Now what? And there she is, Adora or Despera and the Horde troopers. Roboto, see to the king. The king can see to himself. And so, I mean, I was a little surprised, a little note that King Randor had his own action figure. But I guess he can take care of himself. I mean, I don't think I've seen any new toys in the last couple of years for King. I know that there was like classics version and all this stuff. Nice trick. Why don't you just blink your entire army in here and be done with it? Where's the fun in that? I don't know. So they're going to have this fight, and you see that. Let's see that I've grown you. Yeah, this is more of a conflict between these two. Let's see. Let's see. Your concern is misplaced. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, she stabs her in the back, so it appears that Tila is dead. This is not good. Not good at all. And so now she's gone. Now they figure out what to do. It's like, Duncan, we'll get her back. See to the defensive perimeter. We've got to assess damages. Have you lost your mind? They took Tila, they took my daughter. See to your charges. This is a. Um, oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. What they have. They take the. Why not take the king or He-Man? Why Tila? We were never friends. Friends. What does that have to do with anything? It's like, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what that meant. Why not take the king or Tila? I said we were never friends. Like, So I think it was the closeness of the relationship between Tila and Despera or Adora. Um, and this is where he's really kind of talking down to Duncan and tell him, hey, you got to do your duty. We have to all do our duty. Just like all the times that Man at Arms lectured Prince Adam about doing his duty. And remember when Prince Adam was like, oh hell, Keldor's gone, the Council of Elders is gone. There's just peace. There's no evil. And that was before he learned to become He-Man. But this is time for Man at Arms to remember that he still has his duty, and He-Man's there to remind him of this. Um, so that's a hard thing for him to take in, but this is what it is. He's also General of the Guard and Defender of the Realm. He is her father, and it's like there's not much I can add to that. I said, we will get her back, I swear it, by the power of Grayskull. I mean, he loves Teela. There's no mistake about this. Adam loves Teela. Um, He-Man loves Teela. But obviously, there is a moment where he has to think about the kingdom and Grayskull and um, preserving what people are left. You have to remember, the whole damn Eternals palace is gone. The city is gone. Adora took it away. Hordak helped her take it away. And now it's like He-Man has to now think selflessly. He has to think within the many above the few, or the one, I guess. So here they're just like, Shadow Weavers offered her life many times over as atonement. How much more exquisite to prolong suffering. So this is a little bit of building to his return. One of the ones she knew as a child to discover this Teela as real. He says, "Are you telling me your raising of her is inadequate?" So there's just a kind smile, a hand offered in an act of compassion. Randor's daughter is beyond all of that. Despera is of Hordak. There can be no greater honor. This is kind of like when the Emperor in Star Wars was too confident. Everything will be as I have foreseen. Well, he didn't foresee that Luke or Anakin would help Luke, that his father would help the son and turn on the Emperor. So this is kind of the same deal. There's a time in the conference here. And we get a little bit of, some good time with the cat. And it's, oh friend, would you care to join me as I commit an act of treason and disobey a royal command? Are you that anxious to throw your life away? So he's going to try to go and get Teela himself and try to rescue her. But the sorceress talks to him. And this is important because the sorceress is supposed to be dead, and she, in a way, her spectral form is dead, or actually not even spectral form, because I'm not sure what the Bible says in the MOTU Bible says, but the sorceress eventually died and was reborn as a bird, as Zor the bird. So when you see a bird, but she magically projects herself as a human, because she was once a human a long time ago during the time of King Grayskull. So she became a bird. It's just a weird thing like that. It's like when gods become animals. But she's gonna try to get him to an important place, and this important place runs throughout the next few story arcs. She shows him a vision of the future, and then you see here there's the bird. Let's see. It will take greater than you possess to free Eternia. Grayskull knew this day would come. Grayskull is mortar and stone. You know better. It's like, you are ill fit. She kind of ignored Teela having to be a mother. You have served Eternia well. Hopefully death has not blunted your counsel. I am taking this way too casually. So at this point, He-Man's going to go to a place where he will get a new armor, new sword, new weapons. This is a very important thing because we're looking at new direction here. The first stories I told you before with Tales of the Realm, Keldor's origins, the beginnings of He-Man, those were very basic. And now, as you see these longer videos, they're more in detail. There's more going on. It's like if you read this at an elementary third grade level, you're now in high school and about to finish high school, going into college. And that's what these stories feel like now. They're very much more mature.